How are you, Phil?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
All good, mate. All good. Yeah, I've got my chickens on the rotisserie, whirring around with a MEATER thermometer, mate. Very happy.
Nice. Well, you can see, I'll give you a bit of a insight into where I am. I'm helping cater in a wedding today. So, in a field in rural Worcester. So I feel quite lucky to have enough signal to get this done. Actually, it's good.
It seems to be working. It's working okay. I think Jack's looking to join there. Keep an eye out for Jack and his join.
Yeah, I've just accepted his request, but it's not popped up yet. So Jack, if you want to send it again, I'll go again.
Okay. Cool. Well, it sounds like how's the weather out there? It was mixed here today, but looks like we're it's clearing up now.
It's really nice here. Really nice, which is good for some outdoor catering. But yeah, okay. all good. COVID's still changing things. Like, it's not to the tent we've got to kind of serve, and it goes out over there. Table service, like. But yeah, it's nice to see events like this being able to happen again, though, isn't it?
Yes. It's good. It's finally all sort of clearing up now. We're hopefully we're at the tail end of it all, and can start to get out a bit more and have a few more barbecues and enjoy the sunshine. Exactly
that. But yeah, so I mean, I've been watching. Has he sent another request or?
Well, keep an eye open for it, and then but we'll crack on anyway, because we had a few questions for you.
Okay, go on.
So we have a lucky winner. He's a gorilla barbecue. Oh, here we go. Here's Jack.
Here's the big dog.
Moose Shack, how are you?
Who?
Moose Shack.
I'm going to get under this gazebo and burning. So yeah, okay. Hit me with the questions. I will caveat this with I've only worked there since April, so I'll do my best. Go on.
We'll answer these questions, you might even know.
All right, so we've been reading all of the instructions, etc. We've got our MEATER Plus going. I've got my MEATER Plus going in. I've got some rotisserie chickens here.
Nice.
So don't worry about photos with me. Okay. And then, so I've got some rotisserie chickens in there, and I've got the MEATER in there. Now, the way it works, right, so correct me, the MEATER thermometer that's just whirring around there, because it's got no cable, which is really, really handy. That then connects to the MEATER block.
Yeah, so
through Bluetooth.
Yeah, so with the difference with the three products that we've got the original MEATER, which was literally the original product that was subject to the crowdfunding campaign. What happens with that? You set the app up, and that will talk directly to the probe. With the MEATER Plus, what happens is, which is the one that you guys are using, that repeats the signal from the bamboo charger, which you rightly state. There you go, and then that will take it to your phone. Right. The MEATER block operates in that manner. You can use it as a standalone with its own little display, or you can use it via Wi-Fi, which obviously extends the range to however powerful your Wi-Fi signal is.
Okay, so the MEATER block connects to the Wi-Fi. That means then you can go to the pub with your phone.
Yeah, and you know what? Okay. There is actually a way. So you two have both got it on a secondary device because you've just waved it to me. So if you go onto the app now, go to the top right hand corner and open your three dots menu on the cook. What you'll see an instruction. There you go. You'll see an instruction for MEATER link or get link.
Yep.
Web link.
Okay, that's it. So you can send that link to your primary device and go out, leave the iPad or whatever you've got it linked to, your phone, at home, and you can then go out and monitor it, because that connects via the cloud, and you can monitor it, from wherever you want to, really.
So one device, and I use my primary device, like what we're using on this Instagram thing.
Yep.
I can take that to the pub now.
Yep.
You made my day.
That is literally the beauty of that cloud storage. I mean, the other really cool thing that I enjoyed about the MEATER before I started working there was the ability to go back and look at past cooks. So you can go into your database via the cloud and see like the brisket you cooked 6 weeks ago that you nailed. You can go back onto that, have a look at how you did it, what you did right, what you did wrong in some cases as well, and be able to sort of proactively correct things like that. So yeah, it's and I did hear as well, sorry to kind of just keep talking, I did hear about when Ali said about it being a very different tool to an instant read thermometer. And I was actually talking to him about this recently, and there's a very good reason for that. And that is because the difference between a MEATER and other products on the market is they release that product, and then that is what it is. And then you've got to wait until the next version of that for that to get better. That's fair, yeah?
Yeah.
With MEATER, we've got a team of people, because again, I work in the office in Leicester. We've got a team of people that are constantly upgrading the firmware. They're constantly upgrading the technology that we use and trying to get the most out of it. You can get, you know, app updates, things like that to make, you know, the feedback that we get, we can turn it into real-time corrections and real-time improvements to what we've already got. So, you know, the MEATER Plus that you know, maybe bought 2 years ago has been improved multiple times since you bought it, and it's not obsolete.
Yeah, I mean, I've had this about 3 years, and it's like, as I say, it's changed. Like the videos have changed. The you know, the pro taking little like pointers about where to put it and things like that. Like that was never how it was when it first came out. So yeah, you say you've innovated, you've changed, and you've almost adapted with, you know, the technology coming out. So that's, yeah, that's really nice.
Exactly, and obviously
awesome.
Product development and things like that is always going to be part of any business, but being able to proactively adjust what you've already got and make it better is something that, you know, nobody else can really do. So we are you know, blessed to have a really talented team and group of people, yeah, to be able to get that done.
So if you're continually developing, then what's coming up?
Not allowed to tell you. We've always got things in the works, mainly just little tweaks that, you know, it's all classified. You know, it's not something that I can kind of go, oh, we've got this going on, we've got that going on. But we're always looking to improve, and whether it's making what you've got better or looking to the future, we're always going to, like any business, we're always going to be able to tick those boxes. So all I would say is keep your ear to the ground and see what happens. I should be a politician, right?
Very diplomatic answer there, Phil. I like it.
Thanks, mate.
Love it.
I was trying to figure out.
So, yeah, I mean, I think in terms of the other thing that really strikes me, and this is the thing that I find interesting, I've gone from 6 years in the brewing industry to then moving to working to MEATER in April. And I've genuinely never had so much fun, because I'm doing something that, you know, in this little wheelhouse that we've been sort of like, you know, I mean, me and Jack have spoken a few times on, you know, various mediums and stuff. And it's just, yeah, being able to turn that into a job and work with something as cool as MEATER is, yeah, lucky really. So.
You've been on the PR trail, haven't you? You've done a load of cooks with Country with Smoke. Who else have you been cooking with recently? I've looked at like even saying we've seen you like out and about doing different cooks. So yeah, tell us all about them.
Yeah, so I'll be honest, like some of and this is the best part about that, all that was while I was on holiday. I wasn't actually working technically. So what I did is I went down south, and we were in where did we stay? Dartmouth, down that way. And I realised it wasn't that far from Marcus, and obviously we do a lot of work with Marcus anyway from a MEATER perspective, and we threatened to cook together for ages. And I said, look, I'm down that way next week. What do you think? And we got it sorted, and I think we've done 2 or 3 videos together as well. So that was cool. And then while I was down there, again, God bless my missus, because she was, you know, I basically railroaded the entire holiday. We also went and spent some time with Exmoor Game Co, and we were using the MEATER to cook game meats. We used a kettle barbecue, but then we also used a hole in the ground, just to kind of show how versatile it can be. And just because MEATER is like super high tech, you can still cook it in the most analog way possible, and get the same results. So it was, yeah, that was fun. Cooking venison haunch in, over an open fire. Felt like a proper caveman. It was cool.
I bet it tasted amazing as well.
It was pretty good. It was pretty good. Yeah. It's pretty good. Because that's the other thing as well. It's a bit of a confidence builder meter because, you see, there's totally a wedding going on in the background. Literally, you can cook things that you've never cooked before. And because it's, venison or, there's settings for buffalo, wild boar, stuff that you never would necessarily go and instinctively go and buy because maybe you don't know how to cook them. And obviously that's message of cooking to temp not time is really difficult if you don't know what temp to take it to. So it's all in the app. That's the benefit. It's literally an expert in your pocket, which is invaluable if you're either new to the game or just trying to kind of push things out. And it's not just for a barbecue, you can use it in an oven, so there's no real reason why every home in the country shouldn't have a meter really to improve what they're already cooking.
Yeah, and you know what, mate, as well, we keep on talking about big cuts of meat as well, but it's perfect for like small steaks, isn't it? If you've got a fairly thick ribeye or a sirloin or rump, you can actually use it to cook that and nail that because, the perfect, once you nail a steak at home, you're never going to go out, are you, again? Like, you might as a treat, but if you can nail like a perfect medium sirloin at home, you're going to be like, I'm going to do this more often.
100%, because the amount of times God bless her, my mom's never the most gifted cook. And if we ever got steak, it was when I was a kid, it was a big thing, like it was a more expensive meal. So it was a case of, we don't want to mess it up. And all of that risk is just gone when you use the thermometer, but specifically meat, because you can keep it in there. With instant reads, there is a risk that, your head gets turned, you miss it. I'm 5 degrees over where I wanted to be, different steak. So being able to go, okay, put that in the meter and get literally a notification 5 minutes before something's ready. Like it's it's win-win.
Effortless, isn't it?
Yeah, it really does. It really does make things just so much easier. And don't get me wrong, I still like cooking. To instinct sometimes on certain things, but then when it comes to like chicken, pork, Jack, how many times have we spoken about the pork thing?
Oh yeah.
Pork isn't dry. People cook it dry. That's the only difference. Cooking it to 63 degrees creates a completely different experience. People go, I didn't know pork could be like this. Well, instead of having the argument and just buying the meter and cooking it to how it literally recommends to the best results, you're going to be able to discover things like that, which is it's cool.
How do they program the settings then? Have you got like a team of chefs that work on it? How does that come to fruition? So
the majority of the information that you use in terms of like cooking temperatures and things like that, it is out there, but we do have a Michelin star trained chef in the office who is constantly developing recipes, testing things to whether, for example, I don't know, like bone in XYZ is better at 85 than it is at 75, or, just constantly trying to develop our knowledge and our sort of, our ability to act on the fly and put the best recommendations in for the best results. And beyond that, there's a lot of very, very clever people that are much, much better at me than maths, or much better at maths, that are developing quite complex algorithms that take into consideration your ambient temperature and your internal temperature to try and like focus in on how long it's going to take and things like that. So it's, there's a lot of complex sort of ones and zeros behind it all that I understand what a 1 and a 0 is, but beyond that, gone.
It's pretty spot on. Like, it says 35 minutes, so I sometimes look at it and think, there's no way it's going to cook that quickly. But it always does every time. It always predicts it dead on. So,
the thing I do get questions about that. Like sometimes, I've got 2 probes in, because obviously you can use 2 meter plus at the same time if you wanted to extend your capability. You could buy the block. It's got 4 probes within that. But the one thing I do get asked is about the consistency between your thermometer that's built into the barbecue and the ambient temperature. One thing is that we love cooking on barbecues because of the skill, the unpredictability, the control of the element of fire. Fire isn't literally, unless you're using something like a Traeger or something that's like a little bit more controllable, fire by its very nature is quite difficult to predict. So if you're in one side of the kettle barbecue and your probe's in the opposite side, you are going to get different different ambient temperatures, because that's just how a barbecue works. So I'd be mindful of that, and just sort of, again, obviously putting the probe over direct heat, it's good up to 300 degrees. Realistically, if you're going to do like a reverse sear, I always say do it the other way around. Sear the steak first, get your meter in it, cook it indirect to how you want it. That's the best way to get the best out of the probe, keep everything safe and working well. Done.
There you go.
Okay.
Sound advice.
Yeah, all right. Well, I had a quick question too. Was I read a little bit on the history there, and I think it was a couple of guys from the UK that started it, but it says UK USA. Is it a UK device, or is it USA? Where's it from?
So we are an international family. We have two founders that are still with the company today. We've got Joseph Cruz, who's in LA, and we've got Timu Navala, who is here. I say here, he's in Leicestershire. So basically, we've got a limited company, which is here, and then you have got part of us is over in the US as well. So a lot of the techie kind of development stuff happens over here, and then all the sexy stuff, the numbers, the marketing, all that kind of stuff. There's a lot of that happening in America. So, but yeah, like obviously the US is a huge market, and if you hadn't got any proper presence over there, it'd be a bit of a nightmare, wouldn't it? So yeah, but yeah, we obviously we've got presence in the EU as well. Not physical presence, but we look after quite a few markets over there as well. But that is all looked after from Leicester. So we actually won an award. I don't know if you know about this as well during your research. We won Queen's Award for innovation and enterprise.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, so we won that just after I joined the business. So yeah, we're doing something right.
Nice. Oh, well, it's always good to know where your stuff comes from. We always like to know where our meat comes from. It's always handy to know where our products come from too. And if there's quite a British involvement in it, that's a big win as well. So that's it. I mean, we're the team's growing all the time. So the benefit, especially in an economy like we're in now, MEATER we're doing okay. And the team that we've got in, and he said Wolverhampton, and that's where I live, not work. But the team we've got in Leicestershire, they're an amazing group of people. So by supporting MEATER, you are supporting an amazing group of people that are really trying to make everything better for you. So I think that's a key thing for a lot of consumers as well. Okay. All right. Well, we're going to head over to America in a minute, but one last, and we're going to catch with Craig McPherson, cmac.cooks, in a second. We'll ask him, see if he's got a meter, and but one last question for you then. Well, for me is what do you love to barbecue? What's your favourite barbecue, mate? So I've just had to build a new shack to fit everything in because I've completely run out of space. So I think for me, I really enjoy large steak cuts, bone in, so like a bone in ribeye, in fact we got a big sirloin roast to do tomorrow, so I'm quite looking forward to that. But you know what? I was talking about this on Friday, yesterday, because when we induct new people in, obviously we make them cook. So we were cooking one of our new guys, Tushar. He's a great guy if he's watching. Hi, Tushar. And we did just some chicken dishes. And I tell you what, like, I think people underrate chicken on the barbecue because it's so simple. But when you cook it right to a perfect 74, like, it's so versatile. I could eat chicken. You know that question, if you had to eat one barbecue meal for the rest of your life, it's chicken, because you can kind of do anything with it. Like, beyond that, it's beef ribs, I'll be honest, because I reckon I'm 30% beef rib after lockdown. But I think if I had to, again, look at that, you can go your rotisserie, you can piece it up, go with the primals, you can do so much with it. So I think probably it's a toss up between beef ribs and pretty much anything chicken.
That's a good answer. Yeah, chicken is, as you say, if you break it down into its component parts, like wings, amazing. Chicken thighs, amazing. Drumsticks, amazing. Breasts, cooked well, amazing. Whole bird, you know what I mean?
It's not the fashionable answer, though, is it? It's not the cool answer, but...
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Oh, I love a brisket. Nah. Quick meal, you know. Last night, like Henry, corn-fed chicken, cut it in half. Took the spine out, cooked that separate, and then literally smoked them over charcoal in the grill until they were done. Amazing. Like, what a nice dinner, like, you know, served with like some rice, halloumi, perfect dinner. Took an hour to do, easy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Love it. Cool.
Perfect.
Guys.
Thank you, mate, and thank you for the prize. Griller Barbecue will be. We'll put him in touch with you to get his MEATER Plus. He's pretty excited. He's watching as well. Yeah. And thank you very much for your support of our show, mate. Much appreciated. And
no problem.
The product goes really well. I hope the wedding goes really well for you too. Actually, you know, hopefully that's.
Yeah. What are you cooking?
So I'm here with, if anyone has listened to the podcast previously, you'll notice that I've done quite a few episodes with Ethan Waller. He's got a business called Slice Baby. Yeah. So I'm here with Ethan from Worcester, and yeah, we're going to be making pizza. So we're serving Neapolitan pizzas out to, I think there's 40 or 50 covers, something like that. So yeah.
Nice.
All right. Perfect, mate. Well, we better let you get onto it.
Yeah, and we'll catch you soon. Across the pond, don't we, Hills, now?
No worries. Well, enjoy the rest of the show, and I'll keep an eye out while I'm not too busy.
Yeah, no worries. When you finish the show, forget to hit the cross and save it. Make sure you save the show at the end, and then we'll download it, okay?
Yeah, we'll do. I'll do that now.
All right. Don't turn your phone off and lose it.
What? Cool. Thanks, guys.
Cheers,
Thanks, Phil.
Yeah. Bye.
Cheers,
Bye.